What's going on today, YouTubers? Welcome to another edition of Walking Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at a production knife from Kizer, one of the OG high quality Chinese manufacturing companies. You guys know who they are. They, along with probably Riot, was right there at the beginning, started the whole high quality knives being manufactured in China trend, which has blown up. I mean, every custom maker you can imagine is teaming up with, you know, Riot or Kizer or one of those companies to put out an inexpensive but high quality version of their knives. So this is part of their Vanguard line, which is their least expensive knives. Basically they take one of their higher end models and then dial back the materials and you know, give it a smaller price tag. So this one is the newest. This is called the Barbosa, and Mikkel Willumsen is the custom maker who they teamed up with for this one. So let's go ahead and get into the specs before we talk about all that good stuff. 2.98 inch blades, so basically 3 inches, but for legality purposes you can carry this where you're not allowed to have more than 3 inch blade. So I'll call it 3 inches, but it's just a hair under 2.98. As far as blade shape, I want to call that like a spear point. It's definitely not a drop point, and it's not like sheep's foot, but it's in between. I'd say that that's safely probably a spear point. As far as the grind goes, it feels like it's a flat grind, but it might be hollow. We'll call that a flat grind. I think that's a flat grind. It looks hollow though, doesn't it? Yeah, that's hollow. You can see there, unless that's an optical illusion, that's a hollow grind. So hollow grind, very thin behind the edge. It's basically got the same use profile as like sheep's foot. You've got just a slight bit of belly, and mostly it's straightish edge. As far as the finish goes, it's a grinder satin finish. You do have the Kizer logo, model number, blade steel, and then the name of the knife and the maker of the knife. Kizer puts an extremely nice working edge on these. You could definitely shave hair off your arm with that edge right there. Very sharp. So again, 3 inches on the blade, or just under for legality purposes. VG10 steel, kind of spear point-ish, and then hollow grind. Getting into the handles, we have, they are just over 4 inches, like 4.05. The handle scales are G10, as I think every Vanguard knife is G10. They come in 2 different colors, this black color and then like an olive color, drab olive, like military olive. They have been textured, almost like the Benchmade texturing. It's like feels like almost like denim, but it's not too sharp. It's not gonna like tear up your jeans or anything like that. The liner material is stainless steel, as is the pocket clip, which is it's a folded spring clip, so it would be good for deep carry, but obviously they placed it so you still have room to grab on, for those people that don't like the full deep carry clip. It is a flipper opener, obviously. It runs on caged bearings. Another interesting thing is the pocket clip is swappable for tip down carry. Only right-handed, but it is swappable for tip down carry. I don't know why they decided to include that. Maybe people have been looking for a tip-down model out of the Vanguard series. I'm not sure. It is flow-through construction, so very lightweight. Overall length is 7.05, but we're looking at a weight of only 3 ounces, so very lightweight. Yeah, like I said, it's on cage bearings, so nice snappy flipping action. Not as strong of a detent as some of the other Vanguard knives I've had. I don't know if that holds true across the board for all of these, or maybe I just got one with a softer detent, but yeah, pretty soft on the detent. But it's still nice and snappy opening. The lockup is perfect. There's zero blade play in any direction. I mean, you do have this run of jimping along the spine in the liner and scales. I don't think that was a good idea. Reason being, when you're holding the knife, your grip wants to put your thumb up here along the spine of the blade. So you're completely missing that run of jimping. And the only time this jimping ever comes into play is when you're flipping the knife, and it's uncomfortable because your hand, or your finger rather, drags across that jimping when you're flipping the knife. So I don't think that they thought that through properly or tested it properly or whatever. But yeah, when you're flipping this, and you do got to give it a little bit of, you got to give it a little bit of a snap. Your finger just lands down into that jimping. Not super comfortable. Nothing like, it's not going to really irritate your finger over time, but it's just not super comfortable. Speaking of not super comfortable, this full regular grip here is okay. It's not bad. That folded clip does present a bit of a hot spot. To utilize this jimping at all with your thumb, you'd have to move your hand way down to the point where your pinky would almost be coming off. So I don't really get that. But other than that, nice design, nice execution. For 70 bucks, you're gonna get a decent Kizer knife. More of a user than anything else, but as far as the user goes, you can't ask for a whole lot more. This is one hell of a user package. So very nicely done by Kizer. Maybe a couple little missteps that keep it from being, perfect, but for $70, I don't expect perfection. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for this review of the Kizer Barbosa. Stay tuned. I have the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's going to be a big one, so stay tuned for that.